She fell right into his arms. The alien woman wouldn't let go. The mining station on Europa hung in the void like a metal spider against the ice moon's pale surface. Captain Jake Miller watched the incoming ship through the observation deck windows. His crew had been alone for 6 months, and any visitor was welcome news. The alien vessel was unlike anything in the human fleet databases. Its hull shifted colors like oil on water, and moved with impossible grace through the asteroid field surrounding. Europa Jake called his team to the docking bay. Lieutenant Amy Brooks checked her sidearm while Dr. Lisa Hayes prepared the medical scanner. The ship was beautiful but unknown, and first contact protocols demanded caution. The airlock hissed open, and she stepped through. Jake had seen many species in his 15 years of space service, but this woman was stunning. She stood 7 feet tall with silver skin that seemed to glow from within. Her hair flowed like liquid starlight, and her eyes held the depth of distant galaxies. She wore form-fitting armor that responded to her movements and carried no visible weapons, but Jake could sense power radiating from her like heat from a star. The alien woman looked directly at him and spoke in perfect English, though her lips barely moved. "I am Commander Zara of the Celestial Fleet," she said. Her voice carried harmonics that made Jake's chest vibrate. "I seek refuge." Amy stepped forward with her hand on her weapon, but Jake held up his hand. The woman looked exhausted despite her otherworldly beauty. "What kind of refuge?" Jake asked. Zara's eyes never left his face. "My people are at war. The enemy has taken our worlds and scattered our fleets. I am the last of my command." She swayed slightly, and Jake moved instinctively to catch her. As his arms wrapped around her waist, she collapsed against his chest. Her skin was warm, and he could feel her heartbeat through the strange armor. "Don't let me fall," she whispered, and her arms tightened around him with surprising strength. Jake looked at Amy and Lisa, who stood frozen in shock. He could support Zara's weight easily, but she seemed unwilling to stand on her own. Her grip on his uniform was firm and desperate. Lisa stepped forward with her scanner. "The readings are incredible," she said quietly. "Her physiology is completely unknown, but she appears to be in some kind of shock." Zara lifted her head and looked into Jake's eyes again. "I have traveled far to find humans," she said. "Your species has a reputation across the galaxy." "What kind of reputation?" Jake asked, though. He wasn't sure he wanted to know. "You never surrender," she replied. "You fight impossible odds and find ways to win when others would give up. My people respected this about humans." Before the war began, Amy frowned. "What happened to your people?" "The Devourers came from the dark between galaxies," Zara explained while still holding on to Jake. "They consume worlds and leave nothing behind. My fleet tried to stop them, but we were not prepared for their hunger." Jake felt her trembling increase. The woman who had appeared so powerful was clearly terrified. Her arms around him tightened further. "We fought for 7 cycles," she continued. "Our technology was superior, but they adapted to everything we used against them. They learned from each battle and became stronger." Lisa's scanner beeped with new readings. "Commander, her cellular structure is unlike anything I've seen. It's almost like she's made of living energy contained in a physical form." Zara looked at the doctor with interest. "Your instruments can see this. Most species cannot detect our true nature." Jake was beginning to understand why she wouldn't let go of him. "What do you need from us?" he asked. "Sanctuary first," she replied. "My ship is damaged and I need time to repair it. But more than that, I need to understand how humans fight so fiercely." Amy lowered her weapon slightly. "You think we can help you against these Devourers?" Zara nodded while maintaining her hold on Jake. "In the old records, your species defeated enemies with superior technology through cunning and determination. You found weaknesses where none seemed to exist." Jake felt the weight of her expectations. The mining station had a crew of 12 and minimal defenses. If these Devourers were as dangerous as Zara claimed, Europa would be defenseless. But looking into her alien eyes, he saw something that reminded him of his own species' stubborn refusal to accept. Defeat. Lisa approached with a portable medical unit. "Let me treat whatever injuries you have, Commander." Your energy reading suggests serious trauma. Zara finally released her grip on Jake but stayed close to his side. The trauma is not physical, Doctor. It is the memory of watching my world burn while I could do nothing to stop it. She moved to the medical chair but kept one hand on Jake's arm as if he were an anchor in a storm. Your people fascinate me, she said to him directly. In all my centuries, I have never encountered a species that inspires such confidence in others. Amy raised an eyebrow. Centuries. Zara smiled for the first time, and her face became even more beautiful. I am young by my people's standards, only 400 of your years. Jake processed this information. While Lisa worked with her equipment, the reading suggested Zara was telling the truth about her alien nature, but her behavior seemed almost human in its vulnerability. What will you do if we help you? Jake asked. Zara's grip on his arm tightened. I will teach you about the Devourers and how to fight them. When my ship is repaired, we will return to the war together. Together. Amy questioned. Zara looked at each of them in turn. I have seen what humans can accomplish when they commit to something. You do not abandon allies and you do not accept defeat. These qualities are what the galaxy needs now. Jake felt the familiar weight of command decision settling on his shoulders. The woman holding his arm represented either salvation or destruction for his crew and possibly for humanity itself. But as he looked into her ancient eyes filled with hope and desperation, he knew there was really only one choice a human could make. Welcome to Europa, Commander, he said. We'll help you fight. Zara's smile could have powered the station's reactors for a year.